going on?
Sometimes there is no alternative. Yang Jiangpo is going to fight for you. Are you going to stand and look while others die for you?
One act look at this passage, which is really nothing compared to scenes much worse than it. Imagine the situation of poverty in Iraq here. I want you to rule. When you know that the cost of the brain control chip is $17,000, in addition to the expenses of the implants, the transmission of waves and other control devices, etc. I mean that it is an amount considered a dream. Many of the families in Iraq means in any law, religion, or sharia billions of the Iraqi people's money is spent on brain control weapons, but it is nothing new because the previous regime used to manufacture missiles that cost billions while the people ate barley bread, and now worse than that, much money stolen by this devil in order to create such a system of weapons. Of course everyone knows, but no one has opened his mouth to ask them why or where did you get all this money.
Metal and empty cans and bottles can be sold to a middleman for a few dinars. It's barely enough for the garbage pickers to survive on each day, but they say some 23% of Iraqis are thought to be living below the poverty line, earning less than $2 a day. That includes many working poor, like those who have turned to this desperate and uncertain work at the dump. Their situation fosters growing resentment, and many blame the government for failing to provide decent jobs and living conditions.
And
along with her sister and cousins, begins to sort through garbage. Displaced from southern Iraq, Fatma's family is too poor to send her to school, and so she works 8 hours a day, sorting through Baghdad's landfill, collecting plastic and metal that will be shipped abroad for recycling. Her reward for carting 40 pounds of trash around? $2.50.
Behind the ground, both socially and economically.
Experts worry about the children who grow up too poor to go to school. Without an education, they are easily preyed on by criminal gangs and terrorist organizations who lure them with money and promises of a brighter future.
How can I fulfill a dream when I live in fear? I can't accomplish anything. We want nothing.
To act. Note, I am just a simple citizen in Iraq. I do not have any organization, no position with anything, no money or followers, and I am not working in politics or government or security. I am not join or belong to Bible Church at all. Also, I represent nothing but myself, and I am not at all responsible for a spy spying on me in Iraq and forging my qualities and impersonating me. Their theft is me because I did not beat them, or I live in my family's house, or I eat, drink and talk, or take something, or I have a relationship with elements who work with this gang, or keep things for them, or go to them, or talk to them, etc. Nothing at all, as I told you, and I swear if I had anything useful in my hand, this gang would not have remained even 1 second, but nothing at all. There is no position at all, no followers at all, no money, and I am a poor person as well. Even a personal weapon, I don't have it either. I had previously beaten members of this gang, but nothing happened to them, rather I was the only one who was imprisoned. Another thing is their law that says that any thief who steals is punishable by beatings only and keeps what he stole even if it is billions, meaning these brain control gangs are stolen everything in Iraq. Of course, such a law does not exist. It is separate in the dreams of any thief, and in Iraq in the terrorist brain control organization led by a demon who made him a prophet in Iraq and entered the Church of the Bible in order to make it a den for him. It is a disaster here. Is this affected?
Groot's control over Ella and Tim? Or will he also become a slave of the mad scientist? Be sure to see The Mind Control Machine, the 4th action chapter of The Lost Planet, at this theater next week. Groot's control over Ella and Tim? Or will he also become a slave of the mad scientist? Be sure to see The Mind Control Machine, the 4th action chapter of The Lost Planet, at this theater next week.
I feel like a robot. Am I plugged in?
Yes, you're plugged in.
Everything's squared away?
Yes, everything's squared away.
And stand back, baby. Don't fire, you see the whites of their thighs.
Ultimately, we must win. Ultimately, we must win.
Their critical thoughts are evidence that they have committed crimes against the group. Start investigating them and make up crimes. Their critical thoughts are evidence that they have committed crimes against the group. Start investigating them and make up crimes.
Ultimately, we must win.
3. Act. The terrorist with such scenes and he sees the result of his deeds that made most of the people living the utmost degree of poverty. What does he say about him? But they the orders of the Holy Spirit and from God came that these people live like this while he and his gang ate everything and set up a system of brain control weapons that cost them unspeakably. Perhaps this terrorist says this pie is God's orders to him as well, and this is not new to him at all. He had previously lied and said that God told him to be against America, the countries of Europe and their friends, and with this, Iraq did not deal at all with these countries, either commercially or economically. This terrorist organization in Iraq also carried out the attacks against the international forces. It also killed their friends in Iraq and incited people against them. This is a demon, terrorist, and